The best rides aren't about the destination, they're about the skills you earn along the way. In this video, I'm going to take you with me on a motorbike camping trip about an hour and a half northwest of Sydney. I'm celebrating New Year's Eve with my friends before heading on my next adventure to Tasmania. I brought Hunter, my Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, out to Mountain Lagoon Road and down towards Colo River. A ride that promises endless gravel and hidden valleys, just a stone's throw away from Sydney. I thought this was a simple camp and chill, but this ride turned into a masterclass. Body position, throttle control, and one technique that feels awkward on gravel until it suddenly makes sense: trail braking. And just when you think this trip can't get any more awesome, my Hipcamp turns out to be a wildlife sanctuary run by a lion tamer. This is episode 5, The Learning Curve.
This is Ken in the outback. You want a Barbie? Ken. Models out. Minority redhead version.
To get here, point the bike northwest of Sydney, roll past the Blue Mountains and push through to Bilpin. The name Bilpin is believed to be an Aboriginal word for mountain. Bilpin sits on the ridgeline of Bell's Line of Road, known as the land of the mountain apple, and a popular pick-your-own fruit destination. It's famous for its orchards, cider, and scenic location on the Bell's Line of Road. In the early 1830s, the colonial government was granting farms along this ridge to retired soldiers, hoping they'd build a life up here. The reality was harsher, the road was rough, the country was tough, and a lot of early grants struggled. Bell's Line of Road was opened up in 1823 after Archibald Bell Jr. found a more workable route across the mountains with Aboriginal guides. By the late 1800s, apple orchards were already taking hold here. Cooler air, mountain soils, and generations of locals turning the place into apple country. Alright, I'm off doing a loop. I'm not sure exactly where this goes. I think this goes down to Colo River, but my GPS is not saying I should use this route to get there. I'm just freeballing it. The Hipcamp owners did say that there's a loop I can do, and that this is very popular for motorcyclists. Yeah, so far pretty easy gravel road. So this is Mountain Lagoon Road in New South Wales. From my campsite on Mountain Lagoon, I ventured down to Colo River. It's about a 45-minute ride on a loose forest track. I passed a number of other motorcyclists, and although I didn't have a planned route, I felt confident I was on the right path. Mountain Lagoon Road started out as an old stock track linking the Hawkesbury side down towards the Colo River. Today it's still the same idea, a back way into big wild country. Mountain Lagoon itself is a weird anomaly, a lagoon sitting up in sandstone country. Scientists have used the sediments here to read a long vegetation and climate story going back tens of thousands of years. Riding through here, you feel the isolation. This area leading down to Colo was settled by Europeans in the early 1800s. It has always been rugged, difficult country. Oh, check out this place. Australia House. What the heck? It's crazy. So interesting to find that out here. Just using my engine braking technique that I learnt at the Stay Upright Adventure course. Are these guys on scooters? They look like the Uber delivery drivers. Hey guys.
It goes to Weenie Creek, does it?
I've got no idea, to be honest. I'm just loosely driving.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Hey?
What are you guys doing?
Oh, just going for a ride.
Oh yeah, those are cool bikes to be doing it on.
It's alright for this, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Oh, well, have a good day. So yeah, that looks like it was a father and son duo with these classic old Honda, I think 50cc he said. So everyone's talking about if you want to learn how to properly adventure ride, you really need to learn how to ride a dirt bike, because you're riding it in the same fashion. I don't know how to ride a dirt bike. I've never ridden a dirt bike before. So this is the closest way I have to learn about that. I was thinking about enrolling in some kind of dirt bike course or going out to practice on a dirt bike track, but I just don't know if you can rent bikes. I don't know if you guys know if there's an easy way for a non-dirt bike owner to get into dirt biking. I don't anticipate myself owning 2 motorbikes when I'm living around the world life, you know, but I would love to learn how to dirt bike. I find changing the gear up while you're standing in standing position is quite hard. If anyone's got any tips on how to do that, or you just practice it and get better at it, but I find it's like super careful, and sometimes I'll shift it into neutral, and just the jolting of the off-road. Oh, this is so sick, this road. And obviously trail braking is another concept that I've learned about. Let me try it here. Okay. A little bit fast, Mr. Fire Truck. He was probably having a great time like I am. And this dust is pretty crazy. Woo! Brake. And then accelerate out. So yeah, okay, I think that's the concept of trail braking. I just need to practice that. It's quite easy to go fast on these kind of roads. They're very much like country roads, they just haven't been paved. Super flat, very few potholes. I just need to keep doing this. I think that's the best way to get skills up. If I liken this to learning snowboarding, you know, on your first and second day you're rubbish, but after 15 days or so you're pretty good. It's a steep learning curve, but because you're kind of in it, learning viscerally and tactically, you actually pick it up really easily, and you don't really forget the skills either, because it's a game of feeling. Same as motorcycling. Motorcycling is a game of feeling. You know, you're constantly feeling the bike, how it's working under your feet. You're sensing it. You're acting as if you're one unit with the bike, trying to glide with it, you know, trying to be one with the bike. And I think after decades of riding, you'd probably have that feeling of just being absolutely one with the motorbike, sensing it completely, but also feeling like it's an extension of your body. Brake, gas. It feels a lot more comfortable than just going around the corner. My quads get quite sore after standing for a long time. Maybe I need to do more leg days required at the gym. Brake, accelerate. Okay. But this is a good workout anyway. I need to get more time standing up on the pegs. It's not a bad thing, Robin. Well, this track does go on for a fair way. Brake, accelerate. Yeah, because when you brake, you kind of find your direct line out of there as well. It's definitely when I've got these Mitas Dakar tires on, I do feel a lot more confident here. I feel like if anything goes wrong, it's because of me. It's not because the tires are not appropriate. Clearly this is a good way for motorcyclists to go. I've seen a bunch of them already. It's crazy. I can feel the back tire sliding out, and I'm okay with it because I learned how to leverage it during the adventure course. think I'm going down to Colo River now. Hey. And this windy dirt road is proving to be not difficult, but certainly you've got to be careful. I've been practicing my trail braking, and I definitely have a huge amount to learn, but I guess as I get more feeling for the bike, you know, these tight corners on dirt are really awkward, and your stopping power is not great on this kind of road. Like when you're going down a steep downhill, if you've got momentum on a heavy bike, there's not much you can do. You know, like you've got to stay in control all the time. So is that an example of trail braking where I'm just protect children? I thought it said protest children. Reduce dust, please slow down. Upper Colo Anglican Church. Oh, this place is pretty. Okay, my GPS tells me to go right. Through road. It looks like it's farmland, but it's amongst so much dense forest. That's the interesting thing, is to get here would have been so difficult back in the day. There's campers down there. It's such an incredible valley. It's really pretty. It seems like a lost paradise, you know, like a utopia in the middle of the forest. I guess this is like a holiday tourism area. Yeah, wow, that's like crazy camping. So many people. So many people, all the way for Christmas holidays. I wonder if they have to book this. Jesus, it is a lot of people. So I'm coming up to Central Colo. I feel so one with Hunter right now. Although I'm still getting to know how to properly control him at the extremes, but as a bike, he's just so attached to me. Like, I don't have to put much thought into driving. It's only when I get to these hairy corners on dirt that I'm like, fuck, I'm really not sure of the best way of operating this corner. So brake and then accelerate. Brake and then accelerate. That's trail braking, right? Tell me, guys, tell me if I'm doing it wrong. I've been having some really great comments from you guys. Thank you very much. I learned how to oil my chain properly. I was doing it all wrong for years. I never really looked into it. I just kind of assumed that you just spray it and rub it, you know? So that was really good. I've now had a deeper research into oiling the chain. Fuck, I just need to keep learning. There's so much to learn about motorcycling. I feel so naked in terms of my skills. Like I know very little about maintaining the bike. If anything goes wrong on it, I'm like a dead duck in the water, you know? It is really nice riding out in country roads. So pretty. There's quite a lot of traffic on this road. But it is the Christmas holiday period, so people are naturally here more than usual, probably. Brake, accelerate.
The Colo River looks calm in spots, but it's carved deeply over millennia into the sandstone landscape. The river runs through Wollemi country, and it's officially listed as a wild river in New South Wales. One of the reasons this valley still feels so untouched. Discovered in 1789 by the first governor of New South Wales, Arthur Phillip. His expedition reached the river and called it the Second Branch because it was the second major tributary of the Hawkesbury River. European settlement followed in the early 1800s, and for years the Colo was serviced by boats, shipping farm produce moving down to Lower Portland before heading on to Sydney. From the mid-1970s, groups like the Colo Committee campaigned hard to protect the Colo Gorge, and Wollemi National Park was established in 1979. In 1994, a National Parks officer discovered the Wollemi pine in a hidden canyon nearby, a dinosaur tree, thought extinct. The location has since been kept secret for good reason. It feels like a lost paradise. Pockets of farmland hidden amongst dense, ancient eucalypt forest. It's a place that resisted easy access for a long time. And even today, despite the holiday crowds at the river, the valley holds a sense of timelessness.
Wow, so nice. Yeah, okay, I can see why people want to camp here. It's just so many people. That's the problem with it. The art of adventure, it's a balance of risk and reward. A very safe ride is less adventurous, but you get there safely. And you can choose to do that. You can choose to have a clear plan and go on a safe route, or you can choose to not have a clear plan, kind of wing it a little bit, figure it out on the way, and maybe run into some trouble as well. And that's really the balance. It's like finding a balance between risk and reward with adventure to maximize the amount of adventure you get. And I think as an adventure rider, there's ways to mitigate your risk. I could be completely lost, to be honest. I'm so sure I did not cross that river though. So I'm pretty sure this is the correct way. But the GPS didn't necessarily recognize this track as a good way to go. This is the risk-reward balance. I may be completely lost. I'm not 100% sure if I've seen this before. I'm not sure where I am, to be honest.
You may be wondering, why am I getting lost if I've got a GPS? The reality is that the GPS map doesn't have all of the maps. The path I took into Colo from Mountain Lagoon Road wasn't recognized by Garmin GPS maps. It didn't have a route. No matter what I did, it would always recommend not going down it, even though there's a clear fire road going down towards Colo River. Garmin maps is shit. Even on the Garmin adventure routing, it really is just the most adventurous sealed road. At the time of this ride, I had no idea how crap it was. The problem with Google is it doesn't work offline very well, so you just kind of have to use a mishmash of both if you're not prepared enough to do GPX files and faff around with that, which I'm never that organized. I'm a fly by the seat of your pants kind of adventure motorcyclist. So yeah, fuck you Garmin.
Oh, okay. And then I turn right.
I decide I've had enough of getting lost and head back to camp for the night. Given this video is all about my learning curve with adventure motorcycling, I take a bit of time out and think about what is enlightenment. The way I think about enlightenment is to think about what it opposes. So enlightenment by definition is putting a light on something. It's seeing the truth. It's understanding the reality. It's having the knowledge. That's the book definition of enlightenment. The opposite of enlightenment is ignorance. If I'm ignorant, I'm not enlightened. If I'm enlightened, I'm not ignorant. It's opposing. Enlightenment, it's about learning. It's about the path to knowledge. And enlightenment, you can't know everything immediately. It's a learning process of achieving enlightenment goals. And you may be enlightened about different topics. And that's why learning is the key action that anyone can take to achieve enlightenment. When I say to achieve enlightenment, I mean everything you learn is one step closer to enlightenment. There needs to be a different term to enlightenment because it sounds like there's a cliff, you get to a certain point and then you're enlightened. It's certainly not that way. It's more a continuum of enlightenment. And you can be high on the continuum of enlightenment if you know everything. That's the definition of enlightenment. It's a continuum from ignorance to enlightenment, and wherever you are in that continuum on any particular topic is how enlightened you are. People know what they know, that is their enlightenment. The key point to make is that knowledge has to be true knowledge. When I say learning, I mean learning the truth. That's really important, is to be critical about the knowledge that you're learning, because otherwise you're just part of somebody else's algorithm, We all suffer. If we're ignorant, we suffer greatly because we're, running into ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. We suffer greatly, and suffering actually is a mechanism of learning. So if I suffer, it forces me to learn. I think wisdom comes with scars and trauma. The things that you do wrong are the things that make you stronger. They make you gain resilience and foresight and a deeper understanding of the mechanisms behind why that problem happened that caused that scar. Sometimes there can be trauma as well in wisdom, and it adds conviction in the advice given to others. When someone comes to you for mentorship or advice and they say, I've got this problem, you say, there's a few options. If you've had that issue and have trauma from it, you are going to say, bro, with conviction, I tell you this is what you need to do, which is much more helpful to that person. Assuming that your conviction is not biased with too much trauma. You still need to come from a reasoned place where you just try to act in a fair and straightforward manner. Helping others, I think, it's an opportunity for us to solidify knowledge. When you teach somebody, it really solidifies what you learn. So I think that's a key element of active wisdom or being wise, continuing your learning through the teaching of others. It's a cycle, it's a beautiful cycle, and they will do the same. When they are older, they will teach their people the same lessons that you've taught them, and they'll remember these lessons for the rest of their lives. They'll be like, I remember when Robin once told me. It's actually a great way to pass on your legacy, is to help others that are junior to you and maybe going through similar problems. It's very easy and fast to learn a topic now. You've got tools like ChatGPT to summarize complex topics. I think it's very easy to understand concepts and to get that knowledge without the same difficulty that it used to take. However, the challenge young people have is that they are limited by their experience. The more scars they get, the more conviction they will have in their approach and their recommendations. It's as simple as that. It's a game of tenure and scars and failure. That's where you learn to apply the theory and to practice ideas and learn through failure.
Coming from the bush. G'day, mate.
I booked a campsite with friends to welcome in the new year and to say goodbye as I'm leaving Sydney towards Tasmania, then New Zealand for an extended road trip. We booked for the basics: flat ground, fire pit, drop toilet, That's all we asked for, but Mountain Lagoon had other plans. The hosts, Dani and Adam, are running a wildlife sanctuary here. Real rescue work, real effort. The kind of people who don't just love nature, they do something for it. We had a great New Year's celebration, smoked shisha around the fire, danced with glow sticks, giggled like idiots, and talked shit until the wee hours. Well, to be honest, we were in bed by 1 AM, but that's what happens in your 40s. I've had many awesome New Years, but this was one of the more memorable. There's nothing like spending time with your close friends that feel more like family.
Just wanted to give a quick review on the Mountain Lagoon Hipcamp. It's been a really great stay. The hosts are Dani and Adam, very friendly and polite. Adam is from Czech Republic, Dani is Australian. We spent New Year's here and had a really great time. Dani popped around and we had a good chat with her. Turns out she is a lion tamer. She works with big cats in Africa, has quite an incredible life. What she's set up is a wildlife sanctuary on their property where they take in rescues. It's really awesome what they're doing, and this is like their hobby. Yeah, and they live on a beautiful property. It's really amazing. It's such an incredible landscape. For me, with an adventure motorcycle, I was able to ride around the roads. Like, it's so much fun around this area. It's just playtime. It's really good off-road dirt tracks. Not single track, I didn't really see much of that. Single lane off-road dirt tracks, which were really great, you know, getting up to some good speeds, in some cases reckless. Learning a little bit more about trail braking, changing gears while standing up. Yeah, I'm working on a few skills at the moment. The site is on a road, but there's patches where you can camp alongside. They've got a dedicated fire pit. The fire rules are very strict because when Adam and Dani bought the property, there was actually a fire that went through. It is beautiful here and there's plenty of space. There's a group of us camping here, so be sure to find them. I'll drop a link in the video description. Comment if you have been here before. I'd love to hear your stories and if you enjoyed it as well. It's been a great place to spend the New Year's Eve, and just so quiet and peaceful. Like, there's not a sound around when no one's talking. It's just nature. That's the best thing about this place, is you're just in nature. The toilet is fantastic. It is so beautiful in there. It's one of the most beautiful bush toilets I've ever used. It feels more comfortable than a regular toilet, and it's more pretty inside. Inside it's decorated and has solar lights, so it's really easy and comfortable to use at night. It has toilet paper. It has female necessities. It's honestly really well designed and thought through. It's a beautiful little outhouse, but it is a long drop. It's a sawdust one, so you cover it up. So it's really great. And then they provide water as well. I think it's just rainwater they provide, but I still recommend bringing your own water or filtering that water. I've just been filtering it and it's been great. They have also provided wood as well for the fire. Generally just been very helpful, but they haven't been intrusive at all. They've just left us alone, but they've also just been checking in very occasionally. They also brought out the table as well, a picnic table that we can use for our stuff. 5 stars all around. I don't have any comments on how they could improve. I mean, there's always things you could add to it, but as it stands, this has been an excellent trip, and the accommodation has been excellent. Yeah, it would be great to see if they can continue to expand the use of this property for ecotourism. That would be really great, because it is a beautiful property and it's quite large. So just leaving this campsite now. Yeah, my friend's down there, and then this is where I was camping. There's a little road down and you can actually go down to some glowworms. Yeah, it's really nice property. A lot of wildlife on, a lot of birds. It's really beautiful. Alright, so I've packed up everything. I'm heading now back to Sydney. I'll do a little toot. Bye. So heading back to Sydney now. Yeah, so I've got one night back in my old apartment in Sydney before I head down to Geelong to catch the ferry across to Tasmania.
Back through Bilpin, past the orchards and cider signs, it feels like re-entering civilization with a clearer head. Hunt is dirty, my legs are cooked, and my confidence is up. Not because I'm good now, but because I've got a better understanding of what I still need to learn. That's the trade. You don't get skills for free, you earn it in sketchy moments. One corner at a time, by staying calm, staying curious, and not letting pride drive the bike. If you're learning alongside me, hit subscribe and tell me what you're practicing right now. Braking, body position, standing on the pegs, whatever it is. Keep watching for my next story as Hunter and I head from Sydney to Geelong, across the snowy mountains into 46-degree heat, barely missing the Victorian bushfires, and eventually catching the ferry to Tasmania. I'm well into my journey now, putting my bike and my skills to the test, with one question in mind: am I ready?